He said the best decision he ever made was hiring Bill Belichick. Seems like a pretty high compliment. I thought we were going to get the drafting the skinny little beanpole quarterback with a pizza box under his arm. I thought we were going to get that cliche story again.
I hadn't heard that one.
I'd never heard that. Well, he says hiring Bill, best thing he's ever done.
When you heard that clip, did you take that as a shot at Belichick?
No, I did not. And I didn't find anything that he said to be inaccurate.
Or quite honestly, like disrespectful towards Belichick and the accomplishments. You look at the situation, he's not wrong, by the way. There was plenty of pushback in terms of hiring Belichick and giving up draft capital to bring that guy in.
It would have been a risk if you didn't give up draft capital.
Yes, it was viewed as a risky hire at that time. Yes, it was not viewed as a slam dunk. And when Bill was losing in his first year, there were people wondering how that was ever going to get turned around and if they were ever going to make it with Bill, if he was going to blast.
Insert skinny beanpole guy with a pizza box.
Right.
There you go.
Right. So, I don't know. I think what he said was honest.
I thought it was honest. I thought it was a fair assessment. And again, I thought more than anything, it was sort of a nod towards Bill Belichick to say, yeah, bringing you into the organization was the best move that I ever made. There was some risk behind it because I got pushback for it. But I knew from our past history that you were the right guy for the job. And we had a ton of success together.
He has pride in his belief in Bill. That's what that is. He's expressing that he's very...
He's more pumping his own tires.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is, but he is saying, I believed in that guy, and I was right to believe in that guy. So give me my due because I believed in Bill Belichick, and now you've seen how good Bill was. I mean, so it is, in a way, trying to, I guess, take a little credit for Bill being good, but I didn't take it as a shot.
I didn't take it as a shot. I took it more as I identified a guy that I knew was right for the position.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were giving me crap for it, and I still went with my gut, and I hired the right guy, and look how it turned out. So, yes, you're giving yourself credit for it, but you're also not hammering Bill Belichick, by the way. In no way do I take that as a shot at Bill Belichick.
Bill did. Bill took it as a shot.
Shocker.
He has responded. Don Van Natta, ESPN. By the way, I want everyone to pause for a moment and ask yourself why Don Van Natta is getting the quotes from Belichick on this.
That's interesting, isn't it? Involved in quite a few behind-the-curtain pieces about the Patriots in the past.
Huh! Isn't that interesting? Or how Seth Wickersham sits down for dinner with Brady's family. I mean, come on. Okay, for all those stories you like to hammer over the years about Van Natta and Wickersham coming together to write all the Patriots' juicy stories. All of a sudden, Bill wants to fire back at Robert, and the guy he talks to is Don Van Natta? Okay. Let's just pause for a moment and consider that.
Connect those dots, yeah.
Thank you. Don Van Natta writes, Bill Belichick has rarely reacted publicly to comments made about him by Patriots owner Robert Kraft since the two men parted ways 18 months ago after a remarkable 24-year NFL dynasty in New England. But on the heels of recent comments by Kraft that he took a big risk, Belichick responded in a statement to ESPN that it was he who took a big risk by joining a flailing franchise with few resources that was $10 million over the salary cap. Oh, does that sound like Bill or does that sound like Bill?
Yeah.
Whining about the salary cap.
I don't think Jordan wrote this one. No.
Quote, as I told Robert multiple times through the years, I took a big risk by taking the New England Patriots head coaching job. I already had an opportunity to be the head coach of the New York Jets, but the ownership situation was unstable. Belichick said he was urged by scores of people to reject Kraft's offer and remain with the Jets, who had just hired him despite the instability. Quote, I had been warned by multiple previous Patriots coaches, as well as other members of other NFL organizations in the media, that the New England job was going to come with many internal obstacles. I made it clear that we would have to change the way the team was managed to regain the previously attained success. Oh, my God. What he just said there is the Patriots were an effing mess. They don't know how to run a team. Thank God they hired me so I could show them how.
Yep.
That's how I interpret that one.
Meddled behind the scenes, ruined everything, whole deal. Yeah.
Wow. Belichick declined to name the previous coaches he said had warned him to stay away from New England. Okay, we know one is Parcells.
I think we can connect the dots there a little bit, right?
Right? We know that had to be him. What about Pete Carroll?
Those are the only two guys.
What Pete Carroll said to him? Hey, Bill, I tried to get rid of the bologna sandwiches there, and there was this backup quarterback who, led the way to keep the bologna sandwiches, and I couldn't even get a nice meal plan adopted there in New England because
He was just sitting there eating sandwiches while people were working out.
we had this Zolak guy in the corner just crushing bologna sandwiches all day because he loved them so much, and it gave the owner all the evidence he needed to keep that system in place.
Just have to institute a rule: no sandwiches in the weight room.
Asked by ESPN why he felt Kraft made statements now that hiring him was a big risk, Belichick said, "You'll have to ask Robert."
Not talking about this.
Oh, boy. Belichick went on to tell ESPN, "I appreciate Robert giving me the opportunity to make those changes and build a program that was consistent with my vision for a championship team."
What a shot that is,
mean,
isn't it?
Bill's words back in response to this are a real shot.
Yeah.
He is kicking the crap out of them in a very eloquent fashion. That new PR guy he hired down there is doing his job.
Tighten things up over the last
This is what happens when you hire a real PR person and not your 20-something-year-old girlfriend.
Not talking about this.
Well, no, we are talking about this now.
No.
And you clearly got replaced with someone who knows what they're doing.
No.
Belichick, he wasn't done. He had a lot to say. The Jets were a solid team after 3 years of rebuilding under Bill Parcells, which included an AFC Championship game appearance in 1999. Meanwhile, the Patriots organization had dismantled their 1996 AFC Championship team and became one of the worst in the AFC. It didn't help that they were $10 million over the cap heading into my first season as head coach in 2000. I mean, he kicks the snot out of Robert and the Patriots. We have reached level 10 here with Bill.
Yes. Yeah, no doubt. I also think that's kind of BS, don't you? Don't you think a vast majority of the core
don't get
was
us
from that
going.
96 team?
Really, Bill? It was so bad to inherit Ty Law and Willie McGinnis and Troy Brown and Drew Bledsoe, who is still a capable quarterback. No, he was not the guy who was going to get you there, but very capable.
Yep. Lawyer
Malloy. Those guys, Ted Johnson, Teddy Bruschi. Those guys all sucked. Terry Glenn was on the team.
That I'm sorry. That core of the 96 team, pretty important. Dismantled it.
They dismantled it and were $10 million over the cap. They sucked. The Jets were. He's going to go so far. This guy who absolutely despises the New York Jets with every ounce of him. He hates them. He goes out of his way to compliment the New York Jets of 1999, 26 years later, in order to take a shot at Robert and the Patriots organization. This has become nasty. Those are fighting words. It's going public. It was nasty behind the scenes.
Yep.
And we were saying this when they were up there toasting at the Brady roast, how fraudulent that was. And how Bill stayed out in the back hallway at the Brady ceremony last June at Gillette. Wouldn't come outside the tunnel until it was time to speak. He was hanging out back with Zoe last year. And we're like, oh, this is clearly a situation where the owner and the coach are they don't like each other. The former coach. They don't like each other. They don't like anything. They don't want anything to do with each other right now. Now it's going public. Get your popcorn. You think it's over?
No, not even close.
I don't think so either.
And you can be frustrated, by the way, if you're the Crafts. You also did take the first shot post-breakup. The dynasty, and also going on the Breakfast Club saying he was fired. And both of those things, I'm sorry, gave him the runway to kind of come back at you like this. No, I don't think we're going to get a Bill Belichick day, Bill Belichick night, Bill Belichick statue anytime soon at Gillette. No.
I don't think he'll ever be back.
He'll be back. If
Not with
Parcells,
these, not with these owners.
if Parcells is back,
I think that is the right thought. How do you think they're reacting to this today?
not pleased.
He just dumped all over the New England Patriots. That does in some ways make me sad. Like, this should not have to happen.
No, absolutely not.
The breakups are never easy. They're always messy. But now we're a year and a half removed, and Bill just came out swinging at the Patriots, gloves off, ready to go.
Yeah, it should be getting easier, not harder, and it feels like we're going the other direction.
Yeah,
You're right.
we're going in the wrong direction, and we're almost 2 football seasons removed from Bill being the guy on the sidelines for the Pats. Yeah, you know why? That's him saying, you know why you have a team? Because, well, I put one together for you. You know why you have a program in New England? Because it's mine. Almost like that quote related to his book release, how he took a franchise that was worth X and made it worth Y.
Yes. Yep.
That to me was subtle shade being thrown at Robert. Like, oh, you're the great businessman who made it worth all that money. Well, what about me? What about all the money I made you? I'd stop talking about, or let's stop the references to what I was making, considering what the franchise is worth because of all the winning we did when I was head coach. There's something to it.
There is something to it. This, though, I got to be honest, like the Kraft comments, I don't even think deserved a reply from Belichick. It's totally unnecessary to come out and reply to that.
It just opened the door a little bit. You know what it is? It's him just being pissed that he's even talking about him.
Yeah.
He's just he's just pissed. Bill's pissed. Belichick, the last line of the story, Belichick, 73, is still not a member of the Patriots Hall of Fame. Like, come on. Give me a break. Parcells is going in, though. That's for sure.
Call to the hall.
It only took nearly 30 years, almost 3 decades to get that settled. I don't think we got 3 decades to settle this with Bill. He's 73 years old.